nobody's been able to hear me until just now, so... Kicking it off, guys. It's me, Ian. You've just been hearing Zach talk back to me because I forgot to turn my mic volume up. That was my bad.
Oh, geez.
So that first little beginning is just random gibberish. Well, it's okay. We'll probably start it from here anyway on the replay. It's probably better this way. But yeah, so giving away Landorus T, we got Mike versus Josh. They fight on early in the week, and it's the first match that we're watching this week. You got any comments on this matchup?
Okay, so there was I noticed in the match there was a lot of things that Josh did that he didn't actually realize he was doing, and I'm gonna bring it up when it happens in the match. But Crobat definitely played a very vital role in this match that really ultimately led to Josh, taking some L's here.
Yeah.
Crobat was super important. Cofferberg is here. Here's as the newcomer to Mike's team along with Tyranitar. So, yeah, this match he has a really strong physically offensive team right here, and he just breaks right through Josh's bulky defense up here with the Intimidate Hitmon top, Blastoise, Cordilli, and Ninetales Aurora Veil combo.
Yeah.
But other than that, I don't really got much to say. Everything I wanted to say about this Crobat in particular here, I'm going to say in the when it kicks off.
Okay. All right, that sounds good. So we'll just kick it off. You ready?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, go. Starting off. What?
I need you to look at your chat real quick.
Okay. What's up? Okay. I mean, I'll get it to him. Let's see. Da-da-da. Magikarps is what we're looking for. And so we got the match starting, man. If you're commentating at all, he's leading Ninetales. He goes for the fake out, not knowing about the bat's inner focus.
Inner focus. That's what I wanted to bring up. The inner focus is what crucial part, letting him OHKO the Ninetales right here.
Yeah, for real. It was a sick setup by him, especially because obviously you can't fake out the ghost, so there was only one option for his fake out lead. And it was a setup.
And he must not have figured out about its inner focus.
Yeah, I don't think he was aware of it or that it got it.
I think actually in this matchup, I think inner focus in general, he was just tripped. He didn't understand it. Because I noticed later on, he does it again. Fakes out the Crobat. So there was
fake out. There were some suspect fake outs this week.
Yeah. Fake. People are really learning the downsides of fake out, I guess, this week.
Definitely. Sebastian goes down, not being able to do anything, unfortunately, but I don't think that he was meant to do much.
Right.
So we shipped off one Landorus. I'm going back for more. Right here he brings out that Azumarill, the faded Pokemon. Goes for Mega Blastoise. I was a little unsure about this, what he was going. I mean, I knew Dark Pulse, but I was just like, it's not enough,
Yeah, this Blastoise takes him now real quick.
Yes, he does. Sending out another Landorus. It's a popular giveaway today. Thank God we can do it on GTS. Yeah, and Turtle Tank almost goes down in one hit, and then I think his hail is not his friend here.
No. especially on such a defensive core.
Yeah, Azumarill is basically the perfect answer for that Crawdaunt too.
Yeah, absolutely. He was quick to get rid of that Ninetales this week.
Oh yeah.
I feel bad for Chris because that was a bad trade on his part, but it is what it is.
Whatever. You know, sometimes you just make a trade. I'm not thinking about it.
Yeah, I definitely did that a couple times.
Pain split. See, and that's another thing that was suspect here. He kept doing like recover and Giga. I mean, the Giga Drain to get rid of the Azumarill obviously is clutch, but then he kept doing like recover, knowing that the Coffagigus was doing pain split with him.
Yeah, I mean, again, this team is just so defensive, and Mike is just capitalizing on it.
Yeah. Storm Drain eats the Surf. Again, I don't know why you would do Surf on the... I mean, I guess for 2 Pokemon, but Water Pulse... I mean, if you're going Mega Blastoise, go for it.
He was probably trying to do it with the combo with Cradilly.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It was just not a good idea.
Well, against this specific team. Especially because the matchup that on what was on the field at the time, like... wasn't a good idea to use that. But yeah, he does keep using the recover while this Miss Cleo is using pain split, and it's like, I think he switched in here. This is why he uses the fake out on him. Maybe not. Yeah, probably not.
Maybe that is the case.
Overheat goes off, hail stops, but again, like, you're not hitting this Coffagigus. Oh, and then you withdraw it because you used overheat, right? But like, if you hadn't used overheat, you might have been able to kill it this turn. Sometimes commentary is critical. He gets the Intimidate off, obviously, to weaken the Crobat, but Crobat's so fast and, like, still pretty strong that, like, it's still doing enough damage to this Cradilly, who's already really defensive. It goes for the recover, but then, like I said earlier, Miss Cleo's...
I'm actually surprised he went for the recover when he had a decent bit of health.
I'm saying, and then Miss Cleo gets a big-ass amount of health back.
Yeah, that wasn't really smart.
It's a bad call. And he's gonna have a bad time. Alright, so now this might be the Salazazel moment, the fated Salazazel moment you're talking about.
Oh, you know what? You might be right. He might have switched them.
Here comes the Brave Bird. Or no, Kate Kane comes back to him with U-turn for Scrappy Doo to get an Intimidate off. And then he switches back into that makes total sense. Cradilly does recover again, like... Free Calm Mind. His only attackers out are special attackers right now, so that's just free for Miss Cleo.
Right, and he's got a fighting type versus a ghost type.
He goes for the Sludge Bomb. Dang, man. This is a really popular giveaway. I don't know if all these Landorses are on here for me, but... I gave out like 6 or 7 already. Yeah, that like 10 turns too late though.
Yeah, I agree.
Maybe that instead of recovering that one time, if he had done Toxic, that would have been a way better option. Alright, so as of right now, all of the Landorus's on... or the Magikarps asking for Landorus's on GTS have been distributed. I will log off and log back on just in case it needs a reset or something, and then I'll start distributing more. Alright, now he switches in, and I think this is where he fake outs the Kate Kane with Hitmontop. Yeah, see? So that was a switch in. But again, the recover... I guess at this point he's just like, let Toxic kill it eventually, But that's not what should happen here, because this thing is already just beasted out with a Calm Mind. Could get another Calm Mind in, and it could Pain Split with you next turn, no problem. Now he gets the Intimidate back off. Another reason that was a clutch movement is because him on top brought that Intimidate out, so he brought his Arcanine out of there. Cake King came in, ate the Fake Out, and then it reset the stat drop on Arcanine. Then Arcanine comes back in and does an Intimidate of his own. And finally the Giga Drain.
The Helping Hand was really clutch for that.
Yeah.
Finally getting rid of the Cofagrigus that's been a nail in his coffin.
Yeah, that's essentially, remember when Jackson lost to Josh or John because of Araquanid? That's kind of what was just happening there, was that Cofagrigus was just setting up and owning.
Yeah, absolutely. And had it not been for that Helping Hand boost, it probably wouldn't have even killed him.
No. Well, I mean, Toxic probably would have got him.
Maybe. But, I mean, not even then, because at that point, when he knew he was going to die by Toxic, he would have switched out.
Yeah, that's true, I guess.
So
Reset the Toxic.
It changed it from what would have probably been a 5-0 to a 4-0.
Yeah. But that's it, man. It's that was 5-0, right?
No.
What?
It was a 4-0.
It was a 4-0?
It was 4-0.
Okay. Okay, so 4-0 for Mike versus Josh. That was just a bad matchup battle, I would say, definitely.
Sure.
And he wasn't aware of the inner focus on Crobat, which played a big part in the overall shift of the game.
Yeah, inner focus is really clutch for doubles for that reason.
Yeah, that was really nice.
That's why Jordan's Gallade is so scary.
That's true. Alright, so we're gonna go and start the title card up for the next match, which is Jackson versus Speakman. Oop, dogs. And I am back to distributing those Landorises.
While you do that, I guess I'll talk a little bit about these teams. So we got Azelf as a newcomer for Chris's team. He plays a very vital role, eliminating Jackson's tanks. As you can see, his team is very, very bulky right now. And Azelf really helps with eliminating some of the more bulky of his mons with some of its tech. Napoleon here. This Napoleon, man, it's been putting in the work for Speakman this season for sure. And it continues to be a powerhouse for him. You see, that's my horse making its triumphant return, trying to put the pressure with its high horsepower on some of these mons over here. You know, we got Electivire in the back end along with that powerful Dragonite. And lastly, we see his new Mega Evolution in Charizard X. So we got some serious monsters over here on Chris's team, just offensive powerhouses all over the place. Versus Jackson's very bulky team with Klefki support, Aromatisse, and above. It's got so much bulk behind it. It's the team that's hard to beat versus the team that's trying to beat.
Yeah.
So should be a good match.
Yeah, definitely. So let's kick that one off then. You ready?
Yep.
1, 2, 3, go. Searching for Magikarps. Magikarp. I don't know why I always go for the Gold Silver soundtrack as our background, because I don't know. It starts awesome, and then it just is a great soundtrack.
Can't deny that.
Sticks, I'm sending out your Landorus. Boom. Sent. Ah, voila.
You see this turn one trick on the Klefki, that was really smart, because now it's unable to do dual screens at the same time.
I don't know that was Jackson's real intention anyway. For Clef Key, it actually worked. That particular move worked out in Jackson's favor for this particular thing. He was just like, "Sweet," you know.
Yeah.
Because if you noticed, he was able to set up one screen after the choice specs switch because he had Prankster and he set up the Thunder Wave, and then the switch happened, and so it hadn't registered his one pick move yet.
Right.
Which was really clutch. Like I said, that actually worked out in his favor. Because then he gets the switch in for the Hippo, which probably was... I mean, it was a bad move going up against that Empoleon, I think.
But well, no, because what I was trying to make the point was that the point was that he couldn't set up reflect and vice screen. He was just
no, I know, but like again, I was talking to him and he wasn't even trying to set up both. I don't even think he had both on Clef Key.
Huh.
Yeah, I think he had an offensive move instead of both. And that's why it worked out better for him, yeah. So, Renulicus gets mollywopped by this knockoff. And he gets his HP out, though. Speakman was like, oh, I was super surprised about HP Ice. I did not see that coming. But Dragonite just, like, sticks through the sand for, like, the next 2 turns.
Right.
You know, it's like, what are you gonna do? I think he was anticipating another knockoff here, and that's why he went for the switch, because he wanted to get the knockoff of the choice specs. It just didn't happen. Did you see that, though?
Yeah. I was kind of laughing how, like, the Clef Key came in just to die to Earthquake.
Yeah. Sometimes you make bad calls, you know?
Yeah.
There's a lot of bad calls this week.
Don't I know it?
Do you?
Yeah, I'm done now. We do.
You know it?
Yeah.
That's my horse. This is probably what really put the nail in Jackson's coffin, was that, like, by the time that That's My Horse was out there, he didn't have the answers for it. And in fact, he had the exact opposite of an answer for it. He had he had the thing that it wanted.
That made him better.
yeah, like he had no choice, like, you know?
Yeah, the Speakman was dying when that happened. He was like, okay.
He had no choice. What else was he gonna do?
I know. It's just funny that it happened like that.
That's My Horse proving to be a good asset to Speakman's team.
Yeah, man, it's a very little horse.
I would even say a huge asset. Would you say is a huge asset?
I would say so.
It's definitely huge. Definitely.
It's a very loyal horse. It put in a lot of work for me in season 2. So it's doing the work. It's doing the Lord's work here.
I don't know if you got the stream up, but you just missed it.
Oh no!
So Popo putting in work though.
Yeah, man. This Popo refuses to die.
He's like, nah, son.
He was like, screw these rocks, man. We're getting rid of Popo.
Fuck that Papa Smurf, bruh. That's when you knew you fucked up, when Papa Smurf got to get out of there.
Man, he's the best of the Smurfs, man. He knows the best.
Alright, so the knockoff comes, which was really good for him because it knocked off that life orb.
Yeah, that really hurt, for sure.
And Scavenger avoids the rock slide, which is even better. Goes for the ice punch, finally puts the nail in Popo's coffin. Knockoff happens. But again, at this point, he has like no special attackers left.
Oh, by the way, we didn't really pick an MVP for Mike's team.
Would you say there was one? Sometimes there's not one. I mean, well, Koffagigas.
Yeah, Koffagigas.
Easy. Oh, Jordan, here comes your Landorus. For some reason, you hadn't shown up before. Alright, so the rock slide gets off, misses the bird again. And at this point, we're like, nah. Torment. And really all he can do is, you know what? He probably could have targeted the Electivire. That might have been a better call. And then tormented the That's My Horse, you know, that might have been the better call.
But this is great, because now...
It's over.
He's just eating these bullet seeds. He's like, yeah, make me more bulky. Sure, that works.
Dude, imagine if that horse had a berry when this was happening. Like a 25% health berry.
Overkill. Overkill. I think he actually had Assault Vest, too.
Yeah, he did, because it got knocked off. But I was just saying, like, imagine.
Yeah.
So he gets the rock slide off. Both hit this time. And it triggers the bird's berry. That Mandibuzz is hard to get out of there, man.
Man, Mandibuzz is one of them Pokemon, man. It's hard to kill.
Wild Charge. Eats the Wild Charge because of the berry. Black Eyed Peas takes the recoil and knockoff finishes him out.
That damn buzzard, man. And he was telling me, too, he was like, the only mon I was not prepared for was Mandibuzz. It was...
Yeah.
He's like, I didn't.
Speakman's pretty reliable at that. You know, he's pretty reliable at like being prepared for his opponents. You know what I mean? So like missing that, and at this point, like Scavenger maybe could have helped him clean up at the end, but not really because I mean, look who's out.
Right.
And what's really messed up is like. I help Jackson every week, but I actually made 2 of Speakman's Pokemon this week, and I was like, I can't tell him anything. But this is just overkill. This is just him going Super Saiyan, God Super Saiyan, and getting a huge KO on Mega Heracross. So Mega Heracross not doing well on anyone's team this year. I mean, it did really well in preseason, but it's not looking like it's doing that hot on anybody's team this year.
It's a weird Pokemon. It's not bad. It's just,
Jordan, are you getting extra Landoruses?
Man, he needs that trade bait.
Dude, I think Jordan's just tossing up Magikarps for Landorus. This is easily I know for a fact this is the second time I've sent him one. Yeah, I think that was that a 4-0 or a 3-0? No, it was a 3-0 because he lost Empoleon, he lost Electivire, and he lost Dragonite. And we'll skip over real quick to the next screenshot, but before that, I'll show you guys what we're doing here. So, I'm gonna go ahead and add the giveaway command so you can see it in the chat. But essentially, we are seeking Magikarps for Landorus's. Seems like a fair trade to me. So if you got a Magikarp, throw it up on GTS, ask for a level 100 Landorus, and let us know when you do, and we'll ship that Pokemon out for you. It's battle ready and everything, so it's pretty sweet. We're trying to give them away. You know what, while I'm at it, since nobody has a Magikarp up, I'm gonna throw Landorus up, and I'm gonna ask for a Magikarp. I do the reverse giveaway. Somebody give me a Magikarp. Alright, so back to the matches here. We've got Jordan versus Philip. I helped Philip prepare, and we were both really tired, and Philip was on sleep medication. And like he made his team, and what's messed up about that is like I was helping him make his team too, and then when he sent me the import-export text, like some of the Pokemon he hadn't put EVs on, some of them he hadn't put items on, he hadn't even picked natures on some of them, and I was like, what the hell, Philip? And he was like, dude, I was half asleep, so I had to like manually fix them all. And then,
That's great.
And then
At least this Ninetales has drought.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. But anyway,
so it looks like Jordan's team, pretty much looking like the same except for Buzzwole.
Yeah, and he dropped that this week after this play too.
Huh. I wonder if he just didn't feel like it was too ideal.
Well, I'll be honest, I saw it and I said, screw it. And I grabbed it.
Buzzwole's a beast if you know what you're doing with it.
Yeah. Yeah, he is, isn't he?
Yeah. I guess there's not really too much to talk about with Jordan's team. We will notice that now that the Alolan starters are available with their hidden abilities, this Primarina does have Liquid Voice, making any of her sound-based moves water type and increasing their damage output. And Incineroar has his Intimidate, the thing that you've always wanted on him. But Jordan has him respectfully, and he's not getting rid of him to you.
He really isn't. I threatened him. I threatened him this week because he was like, I got a trade. He was like, I got a trade lined up this week already, but maybe next week or whatever. And I was like, I swear to God, Jordan, if you fucking trade anybody else that cat, I don't know. We're not cool anymore. And so.
Yo, if I get it off Jordan though, I ain't trading it to you.
Yeah, I think that's the general consensus, is that nobody wants me to have my cat.
You don't deserve it. You didn't play with it well enough last season.
Are you kidding me? That was one of the stars of my team last season. When I stopped using him as much, I started losing.
you dropped him from your team in playoffs, and then you just lost.
Yeah. Yeah, should have gone with him. Anyway, yeah. So Steven Phillips' team though. He goes for the Aggron despite having Sunny Day Drought Ninetales. So that's pretty ballsy, first of all, and second of all, a spoiler alert, it's not as mega. So like that is really interesting play on Philip's part, and then
thanks for spoiling that.
And then he has Mineshow for the first time. So both of these players actually rocking a Pokemon that they dropped this week too. So Philip dropped Mineshow, or traded Mineshow for Toxicroak, arguably a much better Pokemon, but he got a sweet deal. Yeah,
it's fair.
Yeah, it's a pretty nice trade. I mean, it's kind of an even trade, but I think that Toxicroak's a better Pokemon. Especially on Philip's team.
Not compared to Mineshadow, in my opinion, but
Oh yeah, what do you like about Mineshadow? What's the hidden technique of Mineshadow that I don't know?
Mineshadow's fast as hell and is like a freaking beast. Like, I think it hits hard as a truck.
And it's got that U-turn access with Fake Out.
Yeah, and it's super fast and super strong. And it's also got inner focus, so it can't even get faked out itself.
Oh man, so are you saying that Philip fucked up?
Yeah, that was a bad trade. Also, it's got Reckless for high jump kick, which boosts its power.
Oh man, that
and
sucks.
And then Regenerator in case you want to keep switching out, but you don't, you know what I mean? You don't want to, like, you don't care about fake out.
Oh man.
So, I don't know. Me personally, I wouldn't have did that trade. That trade was a little bad from Mike, but hey. It is what
bad
it is.
for Mike? No, Mike got Mineshadow, Philip got Toxicroak.
Oh no, that's what I meant. Sorry. Bad for Philip. I don't know.
Dry skin on his team with his fire types and stuff. You know, he can fake out as well, can't he?
Yes.
So like, it's not a terrible trade in general, but I see your point about Mineshadow. But I think that Toxicroak has its place on Philip's team as well.
Right.
Anyway, so he brought that Mineshadow. Comfy is. Oh, by the way, did you have a MVP of that last match?
Sorry. If I had an MVP, it would probably be probably Mudsdale.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Yeah, Mudsdale was a beast, wasn't he? So go ahead and log that one up there. Anyway, Comfy is a really great Pokemon this time. The rest of his team is kind of standard, you know, the Venusaur and the Ninetales, except for Walrein, who's interesting. It's a water-ice type. And I think Phil does some cool stuff with it in this match. Without further ado, we'll kick this one off. You ready? Hello? I don't think he's ready. Heracross for MVP, says Jay. Which is like, that's hilarious, dude. Did you hear this?
Yeah.
Fed Mudsdale them seeds, bro. That's true. So that's awesome. You know what? Reverse it. Put Heracross for MVP that round.
No, we're not putting Heracross for MVP.
Come on, man. He helped the opposing team.
That's so fair.
Alright, anyway. We'll kick this one off. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Alright, 1, 2, what?
Go ahead.
1, 2, 3, go. We did a lot of stalling on that round.
We did.
Going into battle is Philip versus Jordan. So, when somebody asks me, what should I expect when I'm going up against Jordan? I like to tell them that you're definitely going to get faked out. A lot.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
that's really true.
Like, every turn. And I actually made a team for Jordan this week to use against Philip as practice. And, like, I would say that I brought something a little bit not better, but like it performed better in the long run. Basically, Philip gets to exploit a lot here. Tailwind goes up, which is pretty clutch actually, and Togedemaru gets U-turn, which does nothing to Zordon.
Right. But you know, and that just goes to show that testing, you know, for your worst matchup actually helps improve your game, because then you're like, okay, well I can do this.
Yeah.
I can change the strategy a little bit.
And the Stealth Rocks, entry hazards are also huge this year. That's because, you know, for the fake outs that are on Jordan's team, he's going to be sitting there doing lots of fake outs, so lots of switches. And also he's got that bird right there that's going to switch in, you know, and any of his switches are going to cause him damage. So Stealth Rocks and other entry hazards this year have been really huge. I mean, even I think Spikes got some play this year, and Toxic Spikes, and like we didn't see those last season a lot. We saw some Stealth Rocks, but not the rest. And that was really clutch though for Philip this week.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That was a pretty cool strategy though. Murkrow bringing in the rain to make Liquid Voice stronger.
Yeah, that's interesting. In the long run, I mean, the 2 Pokemon he was using it on weren't gonna take that much damage from it though.
Yeah. I guess like it was kind of like clutch like play versus like Ninetales.
Oh yeah, but then he brings in this Venusaur or whatever to just eat it.
Yeah. And the rain actually helps his Venusaur take even harder.
Yeah, and he gets the thick fat when he Mega Evolved, so he was able to eat that Ice Beam too.
Yeah.
And the Energy Ball does a significant amount of damage to Primarina. Rock Slide goes off, does a good bit of damage to Primarina as well as Incineroar, but Incineroar holds on and switches out by his own eject button, and he just switched in, so that was really bad for Jordan on that part. I would say, you know I get the strategy with putting emergency, or I mean, eject button on your fake outer, but at the same time,
it's risky switching into it.
Yeah,
you gotta, yeah.
And it really worked against him, especially because he's set up stones here. So he brings the Primarina back, and the Primarina now has no choice but to die. Like, because as soon as she comes back in, the Stealth Rocks are gonna kill her. He goes for the air attack, probably to try to kill the Venusaur. Venusaur did do protect though, so we'll see how much he can tank of the Z move. Oh wow.
Yep, barely anything.
Earthquake comes in, doesn't hit him, but doesn't hit the Murkrow either. Does hit Buzzwole. Does nothing. Buzzwole is super tanky, but he's very weak to special. So that's something to keep in mind. Oh, for me, I guess, because he's on my team.
No, this was a cool tech. I like this tech. I was really surprised when I saw it, because I'm like, what the fuck is Walrein gonna do here?
Right, so he brings in his Don Juan, who I'll say is a really good Pokemon on Phil's team. He got a really good deal with that trade.
Yeah, for sure.
And he goes ahead and starts using the Draining Kiss to basically OHKO this Buzzwole, especially because he put Life Orb on the Comfey.
Wow.
Yeah, it's like an aggro Comfey. He goes for Taunt, but that's not the purpose of this Comfey.
Nope.
Which is weird, you would see Comfey, you're like, it's gonna support the team. Nah, this Comfey's coming for that ass. And then Cruella de Chill breaks off the belly drum.
Belly drum out of nowhere. I was like, whoa.
Also, shout out for that name, Cruella de Chill. Right? I mean, am I the only one that likes that?
That's cool.
Primarina comes in and dies. A poor man's death. And also, he brought so much fighting in Dark this week that this aggro Comfey is just shredding his team.
Definitely a clutch switch up, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, it's also got special attack investment too, so like, it's full aggro.
Wow, and that just ate his ass.
That's a. I mean, maybe that might not be how I put it. I mean, but he did kiss the crap out of that.
Are you sure Phil is opposed to eating ass?
Whoa, hey, we're trying to keep it. We're getting better about that. Please keep that in mind. It's not very funny. Alright, so Draining Kiss goes off. Murkrow goes down. I'm pissed at you. I'm just kidding. Poison Jab comes out. Too little, too late to Don Juan.
I'm surprised he did that versus just using a steel move, though.
Yeah, I don't think he put much thought into that.
But
then Don Juan goes out. I actually, when I was talking to Phil, I was like, the only criticism I have of you this match was that you let your Comfy go down. So far, for sure, Comfy MVP for this week. I mean, not the week, but this battle.
I can see that.
I mean, he did all the work, you know, like.
Yeah, no, I can definitely see that.
And Incineroar, if he had been alive when Incineroar came in, can you imagine?
Yeah. Man, y'all can't censor me like this. Y'all can be rated PG-13. I'll be rated PG-26.
Hey,
That's
bro.
how old I am.
I'm gonna be an official judge soon, so.
Well, you can be official, and I can be.
No, I can't have you on the stream if that's how it's gonna work, bro. Anyway, that's it for that matchup. Really, that Comfy just turned around and bit Jordan in the ass. I won't say he ate it, but he bit him there. And then Phil only lost one Pokemon.
Wow.
It was Comfy.
That's wild.
And it was by his own hand.
Man.
He just wanted to pad Walreign's KO count.
Yeah, he was like, I'm gonna be the guy that's gonna do something with Walrein. That's gonna be me.
Did you see what Jordan or Jay just said? Anyway, it's Steven and Mark, or Steven and John up next. But before that, hey, guess what? Guys, we've got this awesome Landorus that we're giving away. Trying to give it to you guys, trying to make sure that you get it. And all you got to do is throw a Magikarp up on the GTS asking for a level 100 Landorus. I'm getting Walrein in my mouth. Landorus, and I will send that to you. Again, I think Comfy for MVP that match. What do you think?
Give me 1 second.
Well,
yeah, Comfy was MVP.
Yeah, Comfy is definitely MVP that match. And while we log in to send you guys these Pokemon, let's switch it back to the battle screen so you can see. Well, first, I'll let you see the Landers. Come on. Magikarps. Somebody's got to have thrown one up. Nope. We got no Landoruses on GTS right now, or anyone asking for them at least. Anyway, we'll send those out to you guys, but we're switching back to the battle screens now. It's Steven versus John. I am Kid Sid versus John.
This is a match. This is a great match.
This is a good match, and we'll talk about it when it starts. Anyway, you can talk about these teams.
Alright, well, I actually was the one that helped Steven playtest this week, and it was actually pretty funny because John almost brings the exact same team except for 2 Pokemon.
Wow.
Aerodactyl. Wow. But otherwise, I was pretty much playing an exact copy of his team, and Snorlax was just wrecking Steven in testing. So I was like, bro, you need to have a plan for that Snorlax, because that Snorlax is coming and he's going to hit hard. So,
yeah.
We definitely thought a little bit out of the box about how to beat that Snorlax and that squad in general. And Steven plays a really strong game here. He did some things that I honestly wasn't a fan of in testing, but they
did he get Did he get Pelipper back?
Yeah, he got Pelipper from Jordan.
This guy.
That was big. What?
It's like
How did
let it go. You know, like it's like you had the Toad. That was the better one anyway. And then you just had to. He was like, I spent the whole season after this bird. Guess what, man? I'm not gonna trade my Zapdos for a friggin' Incineroar. Like, it's not happening.
Dude, you'll never get Incineroar. He will get Pelipper.
Dude, I made that choice when it was my turn. Incineroar was on the list. I made the choice to draft Zapdos first, and it is what it is. Anyway, we'll go ahead and kick this one off. You ready?
Yeah, let's go.
1, 2, 3, go.
Man, these team descriptions are getting shorter and shorter as we go.
Well, sometimes you don't need to go too in-depth about the team. I mean, you pretty much described what John's team did, you know, in your summation of that Snorlax, so...
Yeah, but the definite outliers were the Aerodactyl and Weavile for sure.
Okay, so also I think
on his team.
Steven said that he timed out on Sceptile, so he was supposed to Mega Evolve and Protect, and he timed out.
Oh, okay, that makes so much more sense than what happened.
Yeah. So Aerodactyl Mega Evolves. Goes for Fake Out on the bird. That's cool. Aerial Ace on the grass. And that's just all she wrote for Skepbot.
That's unfortunate.
Very unfortunate for Steven. Alolan Jerry comes out. Alolan Jerry comes back!
It's how it goes to around? Nah.
Tentacruel comes out. He goes for the Protect. White Lace goes for Knock Off. Hits Lisquish. Knocks off the Black Sludge.
He was like, whoa, wait, that's a Dark type. I'm gonna get bodied. Get back.
That's funny. That's exactly what happened. Rock Slide goes off. How does it do against that Gulliper? Not that great, because Gulliper's super bulky. So I guess I'll give Steven that. Oh, and another knockoff. The Squish goes for the substitute and doesn't get it.
Didn't have any HP left to do it. That was a really poor time to really try and tank when both of his Pokemon are faster than it.
Yeah, he should have like maybe set what, Toxic Spikes?
Probably should have set that for late game if he was going to go for a substitute still.
Well, I'm saying he couldn't get substitute off there. What would you do in that moment?
In this moment, I would have probably just scalded the Aerodactyl or something.
So that's 2 Pokemon down for Steven.
I feel like getting rid of that Aerodactyl is like pretty vital because it's just kind of wrecking his team right now.
Yeah. The Vern from the Scald's doing work. RNG gods definitely had Steven in mind this week.
Oh, for sure. Honestly, after those 2 Pokemon went, I was like, this might be game over.
You've thought that a lot. You've thought that about a lot of matches this season.
Mostly mine.
He goes for the Intimidate, which really doesn't do much to either of these Pokemon. They're both special attackers.
This is the match of love made in heaven. We got Bubba and Raichu. Bubba and Raichu, man, they love each other so much that they just keep discharging on each other.
Hey, you got discharge? I got discharge.
Let's help each other.
So he's like, get this bird out of here. Sends in Jack Black. I don't know. Is he going for... Okay. So we go for the discharge from Alolan Jerry. I don't know what John is going for here. The paralysis hits Jack Black. Snarl, that's why he brought out, what's-his-face. Does almost nothing to Alolan Jerry. He does get the special attack follow, though, which is a big deal. Scald hits Kakoshi! And Leftovers just does what what Discharge couldn't finish. So he brings out Kakashi to get at least one more Intimidate off, and this Discharge comes out, hits Snorlax, does almost nothing. Then Scald happens, does almost nothing again. It's not looking good, you know? But Jack Black's paralysis is definitely helping.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, the paralyzes really, really help Steven out.
And then this Discharge goes off, crits the Jack Black, and paralyzes the Snorlax, which is great. He gets the Scald off, and then he goes for the Belly Drum. It fails. Now, apparently, he forgot to put a berry on the Snorlax, but when I was watching the video, like, obviously he could do recycle and stuff, but when I was watching the video, I don't think it would matter, because during his last leg here, he just can't move, so.
I mean, I get that, but the HP would at least let him pull out Belly Drum, at the very least.
Yeah. Then he would have died.
So, yeah, but I mean, it's whatever. You never know. I mean, you never can, like, base factors off of RNG.
Fair. But in this situation, I'm saying he would have died with these RNG outcomes. And Follow Me comes out, again, not really that important right now because we got Pokemon that are just discharging.
Something that's really key, make sure you have everything you have for your team. You can even, when you pick your team as your participating team, you can actually hit Y and switch and then look at your entire team with items and moves and everything to make sure they're all good.
Yeah, and we have rules to make it so you don't, like, if you start out, you don't have to,
yeah. You should notice when.
Yeah, yes. You bring same teams and stuff, but you can go put your items on. And he failed to do that, unfortunately, and it may have cost him the game, possibly. But Steven gets a fantastic comeback.
Morning Sun was also a bad choice here versus Steven, knowing he has rain, because Morning Sun doesn't recover nearly as much. I think only like 25%. So definitely the better option would have been like Soft Boiled. I think he gets, or something else.
Doesn't it get Wish too?
Yeah, but I wouldn't use Wish over Soft Boiled. You want the immediate recovery, especially for something with Follow Me and Eviolite.
Oh yeah.
You don't want to waste a turn.
So he knocks the Choice Band off, which might be beneficial in the long run.
This was it actually benefits Steven.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it might be beneficial to Steven in the long run. By the way, I sent off your Landorus, buddy.
I tried to tell Steven to because he brings Choice Band Hitmonlee and Choice Specs Raichu, so they're both choice.
A lot of choice.
And I'm like, bro, by having so many choices, you eliminate your choices. you can't have the freedom to change your moves.
Yeah.
But the Weavile actually kind of helped the Hitmonlee a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. And now he brings Ragnarok back out, but it's too little too late. Because guess who's teaming back up? Bubba Sparks and a Alolan Raichu. Out here working together to bring down the plutocratic, patriarchal dominance of America. And John Squad.
Yo, and that was huge. The Bolt Absorb nullifying the Z move entirely. Typing very loudly.
Boom. Yeah, man, Landorus for everybody today. This is a good giveaway, man. People wanted it.
It's like one of the best Pokemon for VGC. So,
And
yeah.
it happens to also be GTS available! Oh! Yep. Alright.
You miss being able to just put stuff on GTFs?
Well, it's even better because when I can have them like toss up a Magikarp and then I can just distribute multiple I can distribute multiple at a time, yeah, so it's super helpful rather than having to add the friend codes and then, you know, manually give them. But those Pokemon are obviously more rare. Oh, we're not even talking about this anymore. So he brings a Alolan Raichu back out, fake out hits, Bubba Sparks for not much damage. Jack Black gets the Psychic off. Well, did he predict? I don't know if he predicted that or not, but it was a good call. John Bon Jones goes down.
That might have just actually been his offensive move of choice when he just attacked, and it just so
happened to luck out.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, I don't know, because that was before that was a Alolan Raichu, and that's a Psychic type, so I don't know. I think he just called it.
Yeah, maybe he did call it. He was like, Weavile's coming in. Obviously, it's going to be Hitmonlee, so let's get rid of it real quick.
Yeah.
Maybe that was a clutch predict.
Ally Switch, which is another really awesome move in doubles, especially when you have a Pokemon like Weavile that's low on health. You know, they're gonna want to put it down.
Right.
Jack Black takes another Scald. Triggers his Berry though. This is a long one. This is a really long game. Spoiler alert. Hey! Alright, Bubba Sparks gets the leftovers HP recover. Burn is eventually going to whittle down White Lace to nothing. All Steven really has to do for White Lace is stall it out, so that's what I think he is trying to do. He goes for the knockoff on the Bubba Sparks to get that leftovers off, which is kind of inconsequential with the discharge combo. But whatever, Scald goes off again, still not enough to take out Jack Black. And Burn keeps White Lace in the game.
Oh.
White Lace hits knockoff on the Gulper. It's not enough. If he had done like Icicle Crash